So we might as well. What the hell was that? I just ran the sander. I'm sitting on it, and I don't know how to say this, but I didn't hate the way it felt. What were we saying? I gotta save that for bathtub time.
Jesus Christ.
My phone was over there, and all of a sudden it started playing a playlist called White Girl Wasted Music. No clue what that is. I was busy doing stuff like, I don't care, I'll just let it play. I would never listen to this stuff on my own. I'm a manly guy, I don't listen to that crap. But needless to say, there's some bangers on there. Oh my God. I feel your heart beat to the beat of the drum. We are back on the beautiful 67 Caddy. I don't know when this video is currently going to go out because I just painted this and I want to start playing with my Porsche Porschita. I don't remember what we're calling it. You guys came up with a name. I finally got a bunch of parts in for it. So it needs to go over here because we've got to do a bunch of cut and welding and I don't want this freshly painted baby in here. So it needs to go outside. But before I can take it outside, we just painted this yesterday, day before yesterday. And sure enough, when I started putting it back together and untaping it, I realized this bumper has a bumper pan underneath it. I did not know that. I taped all the bumper off, never looked. The reason I didn't look is because it was about right here against the wall, which you should never do anyway. But the old girl's about 30 foot long, so it was easier to work on. Got it all taped off, never paid attention to underneath the bumper. That needs fixed. Also, my trunk needs adjusted or something. I just realized. Oh, never mind. That side's up. Okay. Anyways, sorry, ADHD. I got to get this painted. Also, before it goes outside, I want to get the rear window in. I was going to have my old man help me. He's not here, and I'm too impatient. It's the middle of the night. I was going to put the window in myself the other day, but I realized I couldn't do it, but I had a brain fart. I'll take my suction cups, put them both on one side instead of one at each end, and I probably be able to put it in myself. Either way, it's gonna happen. I'm just hoping it goes in without windshield urethane all over my freshly white paint job. Now, some of you might ask, why are you bothering painting it right now? Push it outside for a week or two, bring it back in. We have a bunch of new parts coming for this whenever their parts come in. Well, here's the problem. The old man painted it with a giant pressure pot. I hate that stupid thing. He loves it. It's pretty cool for giant jobs like that because you don't have to just keep putting more paint in your gun over and over. You can put the whole gallon in there, mix it, the hardener, everything, and then just spray and go, which is awesome for big jobs. But we ended up having some paint left over, obviously. So now this paint already has reducer and hardener in it, and it has sat for less than a day. And sure enough, even with the lid sealed, that is all dried paint. These were drips. The drips are already dry. This maybe has 2, maybe 3 days left in it. So it's time to spray now, or I need to buy more paint, and I don't want to do that because this literally already has everything in it, hardener, reducer, ready to spray. Let's tape the old girl off, spray it, paint it, and then put a windshield in. And then this footage will go whenever I get all my stuff in. I think I got new wheels and stuff coming. Got a bunch of new trim. I went a little crazy. The trim on this, not the trim, but the emblems, we obviously shaved all the trim. But the emblems and stuff back here, brand new emblems, brand new everything, were like 40 bucks. I thought they were going to be thousands because Caddy. But all right, let's get to work. Sorry. Got it sanded. Went a little crazy with taping it off because I do not want to take any chances on getting overspray on anything. I was here working and I couldn't get warm, and I'm like, well, the heater is 20 feet away. I'm like, maybe it's not working as well. I'm going, why is it so cold next to this door? I just realized as I turned the camera on, turned it off a time lapse, I had my attic fan on. My giant industrial ceiling fan. So I've been just blowing cold air from underneath the door the whole time. That poor heater has been working his ass off for like an hour and a half. That's supposed to be gray. That's not gray. That looks black. Sandable primer gray. Okay, well, black's going to be harder to cover up, but that's okay. I got to put something on this bare metal spots. We're just going to get real easy with it. It's still a sealer, but usually these are light gray or green or white, but whatever. Just like everything on this car, all the edges have a little bit of surface rust, so I had to sand it down to bare metal. Let me give this a little bit of time to dry, scuff it, and then we're painting. I was gonna paint this with the hilarious meme, joke-worthy gimmick, whatever you want to call it, cordless paint gun. It's electric, but it's battery-powered. It actually worked great. We used it on a couple different parts. It lays down a ton of paint, and I don't want to lay down a ton of paint because I want this to dry pretty quick. It's going to break out my little Harbor Freight gun. Use the compressor. Yeah, let's keep going, baby. I could throw the rear window in right now. Maybe we do that while we're waiting on this to dry. I'll be honest with you. My confidence was a little bit lower before, just because it's a big-ass heavy window, and I'm by myself. It's really low now because I have the car jacked up to paint it. I should have done this when it was on the ground, or if I wasn't a crazy person and not so impatient, wait till it's painted into it, but I'm a crazy person. I made sure to turn the camera on in case this goes horribly wrong, because it might. We're gonna find out together. Oh, that's a heavy bitch. Oh, that's a heavy bitch. Oh, I'm kind of regretting this. If one of these suction cup fails, I'm screwed. Now, when you have the windshield urethane on there, you kind of have to try and put it all on at the same time. You can't just put the bottom in. We might have to compromise on that. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't see where it's at. Oh, no. Oh God. Don't get in the paint. Please, I can't see. I think I'm okay. Am I okay? Never had a doubt. Ooh, I need to put a bigger shim in here. I have little rubber shims to move it up. It needs to go up. I need to find those. We did it! All right, I gotta shim this damn thing real quick. Where did I put my shims? Shit! I don't know where I put them. Oh, that was nerve-wracking. It worked perfect. I can't believe it didn't work at all, let alone work perfect. I did use entirely too much windshield urethane, but that's okay. It's on the inside, not the outside. So whenever it's dry, I can clean it up a little bit. She is super duper sealed and in and looking good. Didn't get a speck of the black urethane on the beautiful white car. So happy about that. You have no idea. Okay, let's paint some shit, finally. Well, I had to take apart the gun in the middle of this because one of the springs was locking up. So that was fun. Wow, that really looks good. Whenever you're spraying single stage or tractor paint, you gotta remember, whatever the finish looks like in the last spray, that's what it's gonna dry like. I'm bad about it where I'll leave it kinda, I don't know, where it's not as shiny, because I always think that clear coat goes on top. Clear coat doesn't go on top of tractor paint or single stage. Oh, that came out perfect. All right, I'm done. Screw this place, I'm going home.
The next day.
We are back the next day. I am happy to report this looks absolutely perfect. I mean, like, maybe the best I've ever done. Holy shit, money. Probably should have painted the car with the nice paint gun and not dicked around with an electric paint gun and also Dad's stupid pressure pot that he likes. It's fine. It does okay. But it's hard to beat. Just old school, whatever it is, HBLP? HPLV? I don't know what it is. Yeah, but that makes me happy. Now, should the nicest part of the car be under the bumper where nobody can see? Not at all, but it makes me happy. Okay, let's get this baby untaped. Oh, I didn't even check on the window. Oh, window looks perfect as well. If I was smart, I would put the trim in. Nope, never mind. Take that back. I have new clips coming for the trim. So let's not do that at all because the original ones were rusty. I think the original ones at the bottom, don't remember. I think the studs are still there, but we might have got rid of a couple of them when we did our rust repair. So that might be some figuring whenever it comes time. But we're not doing it right now. Let's get her untaped. See how she looks. Sweet. So excited about that. Also, really excited to finally work on the Porsche because I have been waiting on parts for months. Maybe more. All right, let's go. Check it out. Oh, I'm so excited. I have so many parts coming for this thing. I can't wait. I'm super, super happy. And we're still keeping with the budget theme, not going crazy, not, you know, spending wild money. We used $50 worth of tractor paint on it, so I'm not going to go out and buy thousands of dollars of stuff like the emblems and stuff, $40. There was some trim I had missing. The trunk trim was broke. They sell it new for $400 and something. Found a used on eBay that looks perfect for $35 or something. I needed lenses for a couple different things. New headlights, new all, just nothing. I mean, I think I bought all kinds of new trim, all kinds of new everything for a couple $100. Also, got wheels and tires coming. I'm not going to tell you which ones I got, but let's just say I stayed budget friendly. So really, really excited about that. Got a lot to do, but I'm waiting on stuff. And I'm not going to work on it while I'm waiting on stuff. I got some buffing compound stuff coming, like little buffing wheels, all kinds of crap, because I want to buff all of my trim. There is, even though we deleted all the side trim, there's still, I mean, you could buff the trim on this thing for a month straight. I'm not going to go that crazy, but I do want to shine all this up because it's actually really nice. Some of it's really, really nice. It's just kind of faded and pitted looking. I think on my grill, I was thinking, I got cocky. I started looking up new emblems. My hood ones are actually nice. The trunk ones were cheap. My hood ones I can actually clean up. I kind of started getting cocky. I was like, hey, $30 emblem, $40 emblem. I bet the grill's not too expensive. I think this grill's $1,000 or something. I mean, it's crazy. And my grill's really nice. It's just kind of shitty on the inside in here. I haven't tried to clean it. See, now, as I say it's shitty, I start wiping it. That's aluminum? Is that aluminum? That's not polished? That's aluminum? Oh my God, if that's aluminum, we can buff the shit out of it. Oh my God, I think that's aluminum. I literally just learned this. I said the other day I was going to tape all this off, paint the back, and then just polish the front. If that whole thing is aluminum, we'll just buff the living hell out of it. Lenses, new everything. So happy. But whenever you're building 12 cars at a time, you got to wait on parts. So don't know when this video is coming out, but just know it's probably 2 weeks from when I just did all this damn work. Sweet. We'll be back at some point.
The next day.
We are back on the beautiful airbagged budget build 1967 Caddy. It's so freaking big, I gotta be halfway across the shop to get it in the shot. She's a big girl. Now, we painted this in the last video with $50 worth of tractor paint because I'm doing a super budget build on this baby. She's looking sexy right now. I added it up. I am currently about $2,100 in this thing, and that included buying it, doing all the other stuff I've done to it, painting it, rust repair, bagging it, obviously, and I absolutely love it. We did have to buy a ton of parts, though. Let me show you what we got. Now, if you didn't watch the other videos, I shaved all the trim on the sides. This thing had 100 foot of trim on it because it's a Cadillac, obviously. I didn't like the side ones. They were all beat up, didn't look good, but I do like the trim around the trunk, in the front of it, and in the front of the hood right here, because it matches the grill. See that piece right there? And luckily, most of that I'm still using, it was still good. There was a couple pieces that were bad. I found out you can actually buy a lot of that new. The problem is we're doing a budget build, so if I needed this trunk trim piece I ended up needing because mine was bad, I think the new piece was like 500 bucks, and I was like, well, I'm not doing that. So luckily, I was able to find a ton of this stuff on eBay used. I think I paid $40 for this, and it looks better than the trim I do have. So little stuff like that wasn't too bad. I had a broken lens for my turn signal. I think that was 50 bucks. They have a full nut and bolt trim kit for every single thing that I'm putting back on. I think even the fenders. That was like 30 bucks, no big deal. So a lot of that stuff I'm in super cheap. I needed a headlight ring. I think it was 50 bucks maybe. It wasn't too bad. The stuff that I did buy new was emblems, locks, shit like that. Some of the emblems are crazy expensive, like $300 for a trunk emblem, but some of them was like 60 or 70. I did end up getting new carpet. I was just gonna do my own carpet. I found a company that does molded carpet new, and I think that was only $230. So we are doing incredibly well. I think all the trim, everything I bought, probably 400 bucks, maybe less. Now I will say we did have some issues with hubcaps. I decided to run hubcaps, steelies, and wide white walls. We did spend some money on the white walls, but they're not here yet, so we'll talk about that. The hubcaps, I ran into an issue. I think I talked about this, but I'm not sure if I talked about it in a Cadillac video or if it was my Porsche video, so I'll go over it real quick. A guy had these listed as 57 Cadillac hubcaps. I absolutely loved them. They looked perfect. I was super excited to get them. I paid like 250 bucks. They showed up, and oh, I also had to buy a rim. I did measurements on this whenever I was figuring out what tires to run. One rim has a real funky offset, and I couldn't figure it out. One rim on this isn't original, so I had to get another rim. Luckily, $40 used on eBay. No big deal. It's just a standard steel Chevy. But I got my 57 hubcaps in, and they do not fit because that is a 56 Cadillac hubcap, and they take special wheels. So I was going to modify the wheels. They take what's called a reverse wheel. You cut out the center, spin it so that you have that kind of offset instead of the front face. Which I might do that on another video at some point because I do love the way these look, but didn't want to go down that route. So, had to reorder some. Luckily, found some 57 hubcaps. If you look these up on eBay, I've seen these sets go for like $2 grand. So I thought I was screwed and I was never going to be able to run these. I ended up buying 2 singles and 1 double for about, I don't know, $250. I was in about the same. And I was going to just resell these, but after looking at them, I kind of like them. I do like the 57s more, but those will go on the wheels we have, which is huge. Now, here is one cool thing. See how they have a Cadillac center in them? There is an old hot rod thing that I've seen on a lot of like 60s customs. I could not understand because I knew it was a 57 hubcap, but it just looked different. I figured it out the other day. Guys run custom bullets, and these are cheap. These were super cheap. I think these were 30 bucks, maybe less. And what they do is they take the Cadillac emblem out, put the bullet in there, bolts in from the back. How awesome is that? I saw these in a bunch of different customs. I never could figure out what the hubcap was. I thought it was like a one-off hubcap from Speedway or something like that. None of them looked right. I figured it out finally. So we're going to convert these over. Half of the reason I got a lot of these cheap is because I think 2 of them was missing the Cadillac emblem on them already. And I was like, perfect. I wanted to do this anyway. So bada bing. They are a little dinged up. 2 of them are really good. 2 of them need some love. That's my other bad one. So we got to do some hammer dolly work. I got a bunch of polishing compound. I'd like to polish all of this before I put it on. But I don't want to spend a month polishing every piece of trim. So we're going to kind of just get it nice enough and install. Oh, I got new keys. Ooh, I forgot I bought a brand new hood emblem. And we also have a ton of wiring to do. If we're going to be putting carpet in, we obviously need to go through the wiring. The problem is this wiring was all over the place. A lot of it was cut, which is no big deal. I can rewire headlights, shit like that. I'm not super worried about. The one thing that is a big question mark is the original seat. Original seat actually looks good. Door panels and stuff, dash, not too bad at all. The problem is there is 20 different wires coming out of this seat, and I have no clue how any of it works. Don't know if any of the motors work. Don't know any of that. So that's going to be just a problem all on its own. I also have all the door seals and stuff that go here. Door sills, not seals, that go here. So yeah, what I think I want to do first is get the exterior completely done. So polish up our trim, get our trim all ready, get our headlights and everything in. Oh, I also got new headlights for it. They were cheap as well. Get all of our little trim pieces. This cowl has to come off because vents go there. We need to put our windshield wipers back on. All kinds of little stuff like that. I think what we're gonna do, even though I don't want to at all, is start getting a lot of this trim on. I need to polish it first. Instead of polishing it all at once, I'm gonna polish it and then put it on. That way I get a break in between. If anybody's ever polished any stainless or aluminum, you can spend a whole day on one piece, and I'm not doing that, but I do wanna get it cleaned up because it's already off. We painted the car nice. We should do a pretty good job on it. Let's bite the bullet and polish some shit. Okay, funny story. I've probably been polishing for 5 hours, 4 hours. It took me 2.5 to polish everything, and then probably 2 hours alone on the rear window trim because if you watched my last video, there was rust around the rear window. We had to take the rear window out and do a bunch of metal work, but since it was leaking, they filled it full of what I thought was like silicone caulking. I do not know what it was. You can go back and watch the video. It's some sort of like industrial glue. This stuff makes JB Weld look like peanut butter. I mean, you can't break it in half. Look at that. I don't know what it is, but it was a pain in the ass getting it out of the metal. The good news is when it was on the metal, I could just grind it because who gives a shit? I'm going to do metal work and paint it. This, I can't grind because stainless will look like shit if you do. I had to take a scraper and sit there and scrape it. Had to use a real light wire wheel to kind of buzz it down and then polish it again. It's been a pain in the ass to say the least. But the good news is, it actually looks really good. You know what's funny? I have an actual buffer, obviously to buff automotive paint. Then we have a smaller buffer that's really good for chrome or like a funky spot on a body panel. This stupid little drill one that you can get at any auto parts store on the planet for like 10 bucks, comes with a couple of these. That shit works amazing for trim and a drill, which I kind of always thought that was a hacky way to do it. Works great. I wouldn't want to do a whole bumper with that, but trim and shit came out really, really nice. Everything looks good. Hubcaps came out good. I got them straightened up the best I could. They are not perfect. Perfect sets, like $1,000, like I said. Ooh, I got some still in there I need to get out. I'm gonna have to switch to the smaller one. Looks good. I wanted to start getting all this put together. I have my cowl piece getting ready to take out so that we can put our grill pieces in, but it's been a full day already. So what I'm gonna do is pop these wheels off because I got my tires and I'm so excited. Let me show you. Check them out. I have so much crap in the shop right now. It's crazy, but 3-inch white wall, big boy. If you know anything about white wall tires, you can buy the little like 1/4-inch white wall. They're nothing. They're 50 bucks a tire. A 1-inch white wall, 120. It just, as it goes crazy. You can find cheap ones, but you might have to compromise on what size you want. The exact size that I wanted was 215/75. The exact one I wanted was a 225/75 because that's what's on it. For some reason, 225 with a 3-inch white wall was $360 a tire. These were 215s, and they were on sale. I think it was like $175. Well, I mean, they were so cheap. I couldn't believe it. I have bought white walls before that were just ungodly expensive. So super, super excited. Also, they came in a badass gold wrapping. I've never seen that before. So no boxes, just apparently you can just ship tires as long as you wrap them in some sort of metallic tape. But very, very happy. So what I want to do, I want to go ahead and pop these wheels off. And I don't know if I'm going to have time because this has been an extremely long day. But I would like to, I don't know if I can get them painted in time. But it's no big deal to paint them once we have the other tires on. It's good to do it before. I mean, the right way to do it is have them taken off, sandblast them, then paint them, let them dry a couple days, then go have them mount them. But I've done that before, and steel wheels are just tricky either way. And so even when they put the tires on, they can kind of scratch them a little bit. So I don't know. But what I don't want to do, absolutely, whatever I decide, I don't want to put my brand new tires on rusty wheels and then have to sand them and shit around the new tires. I don't know. Let's pop them off and see. I don't even know if I have paint right now. I need to double check and make sure I got paint. I think we just do black rims because we're having hubcaps on. But the white walls might be better with white rims. Yeah, I don't know. All right, let's get them off real quick and see what happens. Got the wheels off. Obviously, the one rim doesn't match, so it's just going to be a spare now. And I was going to get these all prepped, maybe paint them tonight. Don't have paint. Already found that out. I said, okay, well, that sucks. Also, completely forgot, I haven't done any of my undercoating. Every time I do a paint job, I like to clean up the frame real well, clean up the inner fenders, and then I shoot all that with truck bed liner. I like to use truck bed liner more than undercoating. Undercoating is usually rubberized. I don't like that as much. The bed liner is just, you can chisel that shit. It's really good, and then we still need to paint the drums. So instead of trying to get my tires put on tomorrow, I think I'm going to come in tomorrow, go get some paint. I think I already have the undercoat. I need to double check. Get all these prepped, get these painted, get all this prepped, get it painted. And I think I have a couple little pieces that need paint as well. I don't remember what it is, but I'd like to get all that shit painted. I don't know if I'm going to do under the hood yet because we still have so much wiring and shit to do. But now would be the time to do it before we get our cowl piece in. So maybe we just paint all the things tomorrow. I'm not sure. This has been an incredibly long day. So we will be back tomorrow. Also, I got to get my buffer from the other shop because the bumpers look like shit. And I'm almost certain this grill I can clean up with a buffer. I talked about it in another video. What I might do is paint all this and then just shine the very front of this grill. And I think whether I do that or not depends on how much all this shit back here cleans up, because it seems like it might. I was really worried about these like rust stains. I had some in some of that trim, came right off. So I'm not too worried about that. I said at the beginning of this video, you could spend a month polishing all the chrome on a caddy, and you really could. I'm doing like a 7 out of 10 polishing. None of my trim is perfect, so there's no point of going crazy, 10 out of 10. But even 7 out of 10, just that stuff there was 5 or 6 hours. I mean, it sucks. The good news is the trim we left on looks great, so that's nice. Has a couple dings here or there, but not too crazy. Okay, we're back tomorrow, baby.
The next day.
Baby, we're back. We got all kinds of assorted random paint cans and colors for all the assorted random stuff that we need to paint. Why did I get white? Oh, I got white for touch-up. Fun thing about the tractor paint with the Rust-Oleum, I don't know about the other brands. I've just always used this because this is what they have at my local farm store. We found out on the Suburban, the spray paint is the exact same type of paint that they put in the quarts that you buy or the gallons. A lot of times with spray paints, that is not the case. It's a whole different type of just paint, color, everything. Their colors match exactly because we did touch-up work on like the door jambs and stuff. I even might have done some of the stripe painting on the inside. Looks perfect. Came out the exact same. It kind of dries quicker, obviously, but it's still pretty slow for a spray paint, so I'm not sure if it isn't the exact same shit. Maybe with a little bit of hardener in it. I got some black paint for something, I have no idea. I got this for the engine, and I also always like to use engine high heat paint for my wheels. I don't know why it lays out better. It just looks better, and it seems a hell of a lot stronger. You can hit this shit with a hammer, and it's okay. I've used this for 20 years. Somebody tell me why the high heat paint is so much better of a quality paint than like a regular shitty can. No idea. I've always done that. But that's for our wheels and stuff. Engine stuff, I don't know how crazy we're going to get with painting the engine, but we're going to do all of the painting tonight. That way when I come in tomorrow, I don't have to smell the shit. Also, I got one of my Poppy's Patina's bed liner kit. If you've watched the channel at all, I've probably sprayed 10 of these kits. I think I have another one. I have another one right there. I think there's another one somewhere else. They sent me a bunch of these. I've used a ton of them. I absolutely love them. This stuff dries like rhino lining. I probably said it the other day, but if we look around the floor, there's still drips somewhere. I mean, it's super strong. Love that stuff. What you do not want to do is spray it on anything that you don't want to be bed lined. Even if you spray it on paint, you have about 1/10 of a second to wipe it off before it will just start staining. That is really strong shit, and I love it. So we have a bunch of prep work to do. I want to get the frame, the inner fenders, the wheels. We got to get those all prepped, wire wheeled, sanded, ready for paint. I also want to do some of the stuff under the hood. I just don't know how crazy I'm going to get yet because we have so much wiring that needs done. Wow, I just about choked. I think that was a jelly bean I stole from my kid 2 hours ago. That's not good. Even though you can't see the frame, I kind of want to shoot a little bit of the frame. What the hell? There's a random wire right there. Oh, we have so much wiring that needs done on this. But we're going to worry about the outside right now, and then we will deal with the inside before... We obviously got to do the wiring before we put carpet down, but no, it's work. We're going to be wire wheeling for the next 2 hours. So even though it's warm out, I should put my hoodie on because sometimes those little wires like to fly and just stick right in your arm. It does not feel good. All right, let's get going. Look how much fun it is to take 60 years worth of road grime and vintage Cadillac undercoating off. It's a blast. Oh my God. Oh my God. I have a couple dents in this rim, and they'll most likely fix it at the tire shop anyway, but I had a brain fart and realized all these tires suck. I'm not keeping any of these, so we might as well... What the hell was that? I just ran the sander on, I stepped on it, and I'm sitting on it, and... I don't know how to say this, but I didn't hate the way it felt.
What?
Oh, I shouldn't admit that on camera. Shit. What were we saying? I gotta save that for bathtub time. These tires are shit. So, let's give them a little how you doing. Pop them quick. This might be really stupid now that I think about it. Ha! It wasn't stupid. You're stupid. Why would you even think that? Oh, wow. That air smells horrendous. Oh. Go faster. This is kind of fun. Now, I do not own a tire machine, so I'm only going to spend about 5 minutes to see if I can even break the beads on these. I don't think I can. It looks like this one might be the only one that's dented. That one looks fine. That one I think looks fine too. It might have one. It's not the end of the world if I can't do it. They can straighten it, like I said, at the tire store, but I'd rather do it now, me fix it, and then they don't have to beat the hell out of it at their shop and then me repainting it. It's not the end of the world to repaint it. You can repaint it with brand new tires on. We would just have to really tape them off good because we do not want to get any paint on our brand new tires. I got all of the underside, the frame cleaned up. I did some of the engine. Like I said, I still have wiring to do, so I'm not going crazy, but I did want to get all this cleaned up in here because I can get this painted now just in case whenever we do our wiring. If I have any wires that need to come over this, It would suck to have like all my headlights and everything working and maybe have a wire running through here and then have to undo that to get it painted. So I'm painting this now. These caddies don't have a pretty firewall by any means. Also, it's like half plastic, so it's never going to be a super sleek one. But whenever it comes time, I will probably tape off the wiring and paint it as best I can. But for now, we'll just get basically all the metal. I think this is plastic. Is this metal? Yeah, all that's plastic. So, yeah. And I also want to get the engine cleaned up, but we will do that after wiring. But I can get all this done now, make it nice, which would be good. But I still got to get these damn tires cleaned up, and then it's finally time to start painting. Also, you will not believe the pile of dirt, dust, old undercoating and shit that I have. I'll show you whenever I get it swept up. All right, let's go. Wheels are not only fixed, but sanded, ready for paint. I started sweeping this up, and I realized the old wire wheel just shoots it everywhere. So half of it's over there, half of it's over there. But here's a good example. That right there was just from this wheel well. The fronts weren't as bad as that, but they were so horrible. The entire shop is smoked out. I mean, there is dirt everywhere. I'm going to have to open this up and blow everything out. I still haven't even blown all the rest of the shit out of here. So that's going to be fun. I'm going to clean it. Yeah, look at the car's filthy just because the wire wheel just kind of makes it dusty. I'm going to blow all this out, and then I need to tape off my wheel wells. You don't have to get too crazy with it. You just don't want to get an accidental whoopsie-daisy. The engine, I got to put some more paper here, but it's already got some tape on it. So, yeah, let's get some stuff cleaned up, get some stuff taped off, and the next video, we're going to be painting, baby. Let's go. Everything is taped off. Everything is ready to go, and we are all sanded and cleaned up. I got my undercoating. I keep calling it undercoating. Bed liner lined up, ready to go. And what the cool thing with this is, depending on how you adjust the tip and the air pressure is essentially what texture you want. You can just send this puppy full bore and it will shoot 6 feet. We don't need all that right now, though. I just said we don't need all that right now, and that's what I have it set at. Okay, well, let's turn that down a little bit. Easy, tiger. And then I turned it down too much. Okay, well, this is stuff you should do off camera. There we go. What I usually like to do is make sure I get everything covered. I'm not trying to get too cute here because I didn't tape this off. I don't really have the tape that I want to use right now, so we're just going to get real easy with it. What I like to do is make sure I get everything covered, and then I'll go back if I don't like the texture. Basically, to get it real textury, you back your pressure way down. Here, let me show you. Yeah, look. See how it almost has like a sandpaper texture, whereas before it was real smooth. But if you want it real smooth, just crank it up, let her eat, baby. In my case, it doesn't really matter. I just usually try and make it match. Okay. Oh. All right. I am going to keep doing this. I have to get my paint mask on. This shit stinks like hell. Let me tell ya. Easy peasy. All right, sweet. Oof, look how good it looks already, and we're not even close to being done. All right, let's go. It is so weird painting with the tire on and not taping it off, but I know these tires are shit. But let me tell you, it still feels weird These came out really good. They're definitely not perfect, but we're running a full-size hubcap, so I'm not too worried about it. If I wanted them perfect, if I was running like a smaller dog dish style hubcap, I would have had them sandblasted, but they look plenty fine. I think we're done. It stinks in here more than you would ever imagine. I shot undercoating in the battery trays and a little bit back there. Oh, here, let me grab a light real quick. Where did I put my little light at? Lost the light. Not good. Not talking about that one. Talking about my little portable light. Son of a bitch. Check out the inner fenders. That looks so good. Now, the only problem with black is it doesn't matter. You could do 5 coats on this. You will find some spot that needs a little more paint here or there. At least the way I do it. I don't know. I think it's because of the textured look. But it doesn't matter how many times you hold the light here or there or there. Once it dries, you'll see a little spot and you can touch it up with rattle can undercoating or just take black and kind of get it there because we already got our texture that we need. But very, very happy with how this came out. I always tell people whenever you do the frame, the inner fenders, the drums, even though all that shit's getting covered up with wheels and whatnot, it really just sets your paint job off. I mean, look at that. It looks 10 times cleaner. Oh, I love it. Okay, it stinks so bad in here. I'm done. Might try and get tires on today or tomorrow. Goddamn sun came up again. Jesus Christ, I gotta go. Okay, we'll be back, baby. I'm gonna probably let that attic fan run all day. Woo!
The next day.
Great news. Came in today after this was dry. Looks like we almost have nothing that needs touched up, which is nice. I said last night, a lot of times with the undercoating, you can find weird spots whenever you kind of move the light around a bunch, and I don't see any. There's only a couple spots I wanted to hit last night because I was worried about shooting undercoating on it, and that is up under there. One, I have it all taped off, but I was worried if I shot, because it's compressed air, I was worried it'd be a little too strong going up there because I don't really need to cover that a ton. It's not rusty. I just don't like that it's not painted. So I will go in and hit that with a little bit of a rattle can. There's a couple little spots on the frame, just basically where I couldn't reach, that I'll hit. But other than that, everything looks good. I checked all of them. So that is huge. Bad news. Oh, also, how good does this look? Oh. The only problem is this looks so amazing. It really shows you how shitty that looks. We're going to have to paint that whenever we do the wiring. And I just don't really know how I'm going to do it yet. You can take aluminum foil. Aluminum foil is really good to wrap around stuff and then paint around it. I'm hoping 90% of that crap I don't use and I just make my own wiring, but a lot of this wiring still looks good, so I'm not sure yet. I'm almost certain this son of a bitch. I swear, I have been down here for over an hour doing little stuff. It hasn't kicked on once. As soon as the camera kicks on, boom. It doesn't matter where I'm at. That's a completely different compressor than the other one at the other shop, obviously, but they both know. It's like they're listening. It's like they can hear when I'm talking. You know how sometimes the walls talk, but you're not supposed to listen to them because they'll say crazy stuff. They'll say like, hey, what's the inside of your skin look like? Hey, can you see the inside of your eyelids right now? Just you're not supposed to listen to it. Everybody knows that. That's common sense. Don't listen to the walls. But I feel like they can maybe hear us. Anyways, I can't remember what I was saying because that was 5 minutes ago. Oh, whenever I get it all painted, whenever we start doing wiring, I am almost certain that I can get most of the electrical stuff working. The stuff that I'm worried about is the vacuum-controlled stuff. This thing has... You're used to old cars. Vacuum-controlled shit is normal. It's fine. It's vacuum-powered, essentially, instead of electric. The only thing is, I've never worked on a 60s Cadillac before. This thing has the craziest vacuum system I've ever seen. There is 8 vacuum lines coming off of what I assume is the heater stuff. There is other vacuum lines going into the interior. I think one of these is a vacuum trunk lock. I mean, what? And then there's more up here. This is all vacuum controlled. This isn't coolant lines or anything like that. Some of those might be windshield washer stuff, but just the craziest vacuum setup I've ever seen. Look at all those wires in there. And since most of those are original, they're all broke and shit. So I don't know. What we'll probably do is get everything wired up. I don't even think I'm going to get to that in this video because we still have so much to do. Get all that stuff wired up, and then we'll just convert whatever isn't working vacuum-wise, just convert it over to electric. I'm sure they make a kit somewhere, but I'm not sure. I want to start gradually putting this baby back together. We do have to do a little bit of painting tonight. I'm getting the tires put on tomorrow. But, as always, want to do the painting dead last. So, let's get the cowl on. I have all the trim polished that needs polished for the cowl pieces. I have all the trim for the rear window, headlights, turn signals, everything. We do still need to make the mounts for these. These obviously go in here, but we need to put something behind the hubcap so it actually holds it in. And we also need to make sure it's not super bulky because this can still hit the rim whenever it goes on. So I haven't quite figured that out yet, but it should just be like a flat piece of stock. I don't know. Let's get to work. Let's do this cowl. So, smart people who build cars, whenever they take stuff apart, they usually will label it, or maybe they just don't build 100 cars at a time like I do and they remember. I got the cowl piece on, which is way trickier than I remember. It came off a hell of a lot easier because half of the bolts were broke. This thing has adjustment forward, backwards, side to side, and you have to shim it. So I got it where it needed to be. Also, it's held in by the windshield wiper motors, I guess it would be. There's a weird little screw that goes on that holds the whole thing in, and then you can adjust it with the bolts and stuff. Got that all the way on. Took 30 minutes. Also, everything's painted, so we're trying to be real gentle. Completely forgot the bottom windshield trim piece. I thought this went on after for some reason. It does not. Had to take it all back off, and then obviously a giant piece of trim on here changes all of your, fitment. So I had to refit everything. Oh my God, I can't tell you how much of a pain in the ass that was. Oh, I also bought a new hardware kit. On eBay they have those new hardware kits. If you went and bought every screw you needed for this, it'd be $200. They'll sell a kit that's like 40. Has every screw you need, which is huge. They're awesome. Only problem is because of how many bolts broke when I took this shit off, or little screws, I had to pre-drill and all kinds of shit. But we should be good. The only thing I'm worried about is my hood gap. I was opening and closing the hood originally to make sure everything was okay. I'm pretty sure it's good now, but I actually haven't closed the hood in a while, so we're going to double check that real quick, but everything is already tight, so I hope it's okay. If it needs adjusted, we are screwed. Not screwed, we can move stuff around, but it's not easy. It's not easy or fun. Ooh, let's make sure we hit the paint with the drill. Okay, I also am going to paint all this black whenever it comes time to do the wiring, but let's see something real quick. Move you back here. Oh, come on, baby, come on. I've spent way too much time. I don't want to redo this. Oh God, did it just hit? Did it hit? A little tight right here, but I think we're okay because the hood swings forward so much. Ooh, that gap is money. And it's not even latched yet. Let's latch it. Ooh, I might have actually hit right there. This needs to go down a little bit. All right, I'm gonna scoot this back about 1/4 of an inch. Shouldn't be the end of the world because the trim piece is already on. That was the pain in the ass one. But yeah, we are a little too tight here. I actually rubbed my paint right there and there. Okay, let's spend another 20 minutes doing that, and then we can finally move to something else. Probably start doing the lights. I'd like to get the whole front end put together tonight, but I don't think that's happening. Holy shit. And we start to touch up, paint some stuff, and little parts that I forgot that needed to be black. Check out my handy dandy paint rack. Oh, just high tech. I'm just the best. All right, let's get back to work. All right, got it on there. Now it's too tight on the door, but nothing is hitting. So, well, there's bad news and great news. Great news is it's easier to move forward than it is to move back because I was essentially already out of adjustment on what I had. Moving forward is quite easy. I just have to loosen the bolts, scoot it forward, and then go down. to scoot it back, I had to basically make all new holes. The bad news is it's still bolt there, 6 bolts across. These need loosened. Ugh. Either way, we're done. That's fine. Nothing's hitting. But let's move on to the front. I think I might just put the hood trim on. Ooh, I also have a new emblem. I might do that and then do some painting and call it a night. Because this sucked. Oh, God, I can't do this one-handed. Oh, yes, I can. Ooh, these take a bolt, not a screw, and I don't know if I have them. So, yeah, let's see what we can do. I'm getting burnt out quick. It's supposed to be a short day anyway. Check that out. Now, here's the cool thing. That's actually original. I didn't replace those. Those were the ones that were on it. They looked like shit. They looked like that rusty bullshit right there, but the other day, we were steel wooling it and buffing it. That came out perfect. Let me show you this. I cannot put the hood trim on because... why am I doing this one-handed again? Can't do the hood trim right now because these holes take these stupid little... I think they're called clip nuts or something like that. I can't remember what they are. I usually just have a million of these, but apparently my stash is out. So I gotta get some of these. They all broke. Also, is that right? Oh, no, that's like a coating that was in between. I think it had like a, I don't know if it was silicone or what, but I had to grind it off of this. Maybe it was the other one. Maybe it was the other one. That might be the trunk. Either way, gotta get some of these tomorrow. So I am going to prep all the little stupid parts I need to prep. Got to wire wheel them real fast, and then we're going to paint them on our handy-dandy paint rack, and then we'll be back tomorrow. Sweet. Okay, baby. Do these need painted at all? No. Can anybody see these? No. But I don't like that they were kind of corroded and rusty looking. Not rusty, because I don't know if it's aluminum, but we went ahead and cleaned them up and painted them. Also, this license plate bracket you will never see, but I don't like that it's rusty. All right, sweet. Hit up some touch-up spots on the frame. Done, done, done. We'll be back tomorrow with our new tires on. So excited. Sweet.
The next day.
Welcome to Casey's Arts and Crafts time. I stole a tiny paintbrush from my son. I'm getting ready to put this hood trim on. I also taped it off, shot a little bit of white under there because I didn't like the old sealant or whatever shit was under there. So I hit that, painted it real quick. And now, apparently, you put a little bit of sealant on it. Doesn't need a bunch because these can rattle. Even though there's a shitload of little screws. Is that already dry? Oh my God. That dried in the 30 seconds it took me to turn the camera on. Anyways, whoops. You want to put a little bit of sealant on here, but you want to make sure, from what I read, one forum from 2004 or something, you want to use a sealant that doesn't fully cure. It stays kind of rubbery because this will rattle, and you don't want it to rattle. Sounds like shit, and it'll start to chip your paint. So just putting a little bit on there, nothing crazy. This stuff is drying, and it's not supposed to dry. Did we mess up here? Non-drying stays rubberized. Well, it doesn't. That sure looks dry right there, you lying bottle. Okay, here, we're going to put just a little bit more, and then we'll go and get this baby installed. I already put all new clips on the little guy, so I thought this took 4 screws. But that's because so many of the old screws were broke, it takes 12 or something. All right, let's go. Check that out. Ooh! God, our grill looks so shitty now because everything else looks nice. And we still need to buff the bumper. Not gonna do that. I am going to get... I think these are actually indicators. I think they're not just a little chrome piece. I'm going to get my headlights and stuff put in. I might hit that with a Scotch-Brite real quick and see what it needs to do. That hood trim piece can be adjusted. It needs to go that way a little bit, but we're not even close to worrying about that kind of stuff. Oh, also, tires and wheels are at the tire shop. They were slammed today. They were way too busy. Also, I took them an hour before they closed, so a little bit of my fault, but hey, we'll get them tomorrow. Let's start doing the headlights. I really want to mess with the grill, but that's stupid because we have so much other stuff that needs done. I'm going to probably play with the grill for like 2 seconds and then do the headlights. Let's go. All right, several good news, several bad news. Good news, bumper actually cleans up with steel wool. So does the grill. There was a bunch of rust on that, I don't know, parking light, whatever the shit that is, running light. Steel wool cleaned it right up, which is awesome. Bad news, got to do it by hand. There's no real way to get a little polisher in there and get it all cleaned up. So that is going to take absolutely forever, but I am happy it cleans up. I don't know what this piece back here is, but it is going to have to be sanded and painted. So that's not going to be fun at all, but it needs done. There's no way we're going to get this all polished and looking nice and then see rust behind the damn thing. But I'm trying to just get this thing put together. I want to see all the trim on it, lay it on the ground with the new wheels. So happy. We also, before the night's over, I want to fabricate the brackets to hold our bullets. I think I have some flat stock around here somewhere, but we need to make something to hold those still before I call it a night. And this whole driver's side was probably 3 hours worth of work. The reason it was so hard, one, half of the hardware broke whenever I took it off originally. Not that big of a deal. You get new hardware. Well, some of this stuff has nuts that are welded on the back of stuff, and those broke too. So then you got to go find another nut. I had to actually tack weld a couple stuff to brackets so that it would hold the nut. Pain in the ass. Also, if you watched us take this apart, whenever I got it ready for paint, this fender was hit like a full foot. I mean, it was, the outer lip damn near touched the inner fender is how bad it was. So we obviously took it all apart and then got it all straightened. Putting everything back together, everything needed kind of tweaked. Turn signals on the side, I had to basically change the way that stupid thing is mounted just to get it to sit there. Our headlight ring isn't completely perfect. It's a little beat around a little bit, but it's a 9.5 out of 10, and that is as good as we're going for a budget build, but it took forever. Headlights, I bought some aftermarket halogen headlights, H4, whatever. They are pure shit. So we're going to end up changing those out because they're cockeyed. Right now they're at an 11 o'clock position instead of 12 o'clock position. And it's just because the mounts are wrong on them. They're also a little loose in there. They kind of wiggle. So need to get those changed out, but those are cheap. No big deal. I just took a chance on them because they were super cheap for 4 of them. I'll just swap those out with some normal bulbs. They didn't need to be H4 bulbs. It's just, it was on sale or whatever. So I figured what the hell. No big deal. Once we actually get everything fitting, it's pretty easy to change those out because now stuff actually comes out like it should because there's actually nuts and whatnot behind stuff. So if the passenger side starts taking me 1/5 as long as the driver's side, I'm going to call it a night. We will button that up tomorrow. But either way, whatever I do, I want to get those geez, I almost said headlights. It's getting late. It's getting late. I want to get the hubcaps done because I am getting the wheels and rims and shit tomorrow, and I want to see a hubcap with the new tires on. It's going to be sick. So let's start playing with this side, and boy, if it starts fighting me, we're going straight to hubcap fabrication. All right, let's go. Great news. I was worried this whole side was going to fight me. This side wasn't hit. So it's all going in normal, which is great. I'm going to do that tomorrow. Let's figure out how the hell we're going to put these bullets on this hubcap. I think I have an idea. Not sure if it's going to work. Let's find out together. Check this out. I found this the other day and forgot I found it. I have no clue what this went to, but it already has pre-drilled holes. It's chrome, so maybe it was like a, I don't know, like a bed support on an old truck. I have no clue what this is, to be completely honest with you, but the holes already fit the bolts that go to the bullets. So it's pretty heavy duty too, 1/4 inch. This should work fine. Let's cut it up real quick. Great news. Whatever this bar was for, I have no clue yet, worked perfect for these little brackets I needed to make. So we thread that in there, and Flip that over like so. This goes right there. Just like that. And you just bolt it in. Easy peasy. The only thing I'm worried about, I don't think it'll be a problem, but if for some reason this sticks out too far, it should be plenty in. But if it doesn't, we can trim these down a little bit, but we should be all right. Yes. Oh my God, those look so good. Okay, I'm done. We'll be back tomorrow. We have so much shit we got to finish up for tomorrow. I started this video by saying, let's get everything put back together. Let's start wiring stuff up. Let's do interior. Now, we changed that a long time ago because I forgot I had to paint shit. That rear pan looks great though. But the goal now is to get everything put together on the outside. I still have to do everything on the trunk. There's trim on the trunk. Still have to do that headlight. Put our wheels and tires on with our new hubcaps. I semi-test fit those on the rims, but anybody that knows about old hubcaps, sometimes you gotta hit them on with a rubber mallet. It's not fun. Also, the main thing that I'm worried about, not super worried about, my trunk emblem, trunk lock could be a little funky because it had a broken lock on there originally. The stuff I'm worried about the most is the rear stainless around the rear window because I made this whole section down here from scratch basically, and normally you mount them with these little studs. There's some of those little studs down in there, but not 10 across, however it's supposed to have, so we might have to get creative with that. And some of these studs were rusted, so we welded them, so might get a little creative tomorrow with that, but we'll figure it out. Sweet, I'll be back. Oh man, she's looking so good. They really start coming together when you start putting them back together. Oh, what's crazy is I polished stuff for, I mean, a full day, like probably 14 hours, and I'm not even close to being done. Bumpers haven't been done, grill hasn't been done. I technically never even did any of the trim around there. It all looked okay. Mirror needs a little bit. Just realized I need to put the windshield wipers on tail too. All right, we're back.
The next day.
All right, baby. We got a lot to do and not a lot of time to do it. Also, didn't pick up the wheels today. My kid's on spring break, so we goofed off all day. Sometimes you gotta play video games. You know, shit happens. Let's get to work. I think I just have to do the headlights. Yeah, I just have to do the headlight on this side, and then the front is done. Then we will start moving down. Windshield wipers. I'm going to probably do the rear window last because I already know it's going to suck. And then we have a trunk trim piece, new emblem, new lock, new everything. I do have a new seal coming for that, but it's not here yet. And then, God, I don't know what we're going to do about that yet, but we got to figure out how to put the trim on that. All right, let's get to work. Check it out. Windshield wipers are in. Everything is in. I spent 10 minutes or less. Just wanted to hit the bumper real quick with the buffing pad. It looks so good. I mean, it's literally going to be like a 9 out of 10, which is huge for a car that has sat outside for so long. Only problem, my little buffer doesn't get in there very good. So I think they sell little mini buffers for shit like this. We might give it a shot. That needs painted still, and I'm not quite sure how to do that. I said the other day what I should do is paint everything and then just buff this front lip. That might end up being easier because this is gonna suck. It's really on there good too. Just for a quick how you doing to make sure everything's okay. Look at the front of that car. Oh man, this baby's looking good. Okay, also windshield wipers. The wipers themselves are completely shot. I don't know why I thought they were good. They never would be good, but I do need to get those replaced because they're just, we don't even need to turn them on. They're going to scratch the shit out of the windshield. Is this windshield broke? I don't remember. I think this one's okay, actually. Okay, perfect. Answer my own question right there. Now, let's start, figuring out the trunk. Oh, God. I still want to shoot undercoating in here, too, but I need to finalize all my wiring before I do that. But the good news is I have a ton of it left. There's a rubber piece that goes here. I just buffed this real quick so that whenever the rubber piece goes on, you're not going to be able to buff it when it's on. So, yeah, let's start doing that. I would love it if the big old girl was about 2 foot more forward, but since I don't have any wheels right now, I would have to roll it on my jack, and I'm not doing that to risk making it fall. So let's do all this shit back here, baby. Okay, the new emblem didn't fit for shit, or new trunk lock, whatever you want to call it. Had to deal with that. This trim piece came off a 67 Cadillac DeVille, which is what this is. For some reason, none of the trim holes are even close. So maybe there's a difference that I don't know about. I have no idea. Also, this trunk's a piece of shit, but it is what it is. We're making it work. Also, side note, my phone was over there, and all of a sudden, it started playing a playlist called White Girl Wasted Music. No clue what that is. I was busy doing stuff like, I don't care, I'll just let it play. Some of the worst music I've ever heard in my life. I would never listen to this stuff on my own. I'm a manly-ass guy. I don't listen to that crap. But needless to say, there's some bangers on there. Oh, my God. I've been jamming hard. What did I have to do here? Oh, I have to put a bolt in this. I feel your heart beat to the beat of the drum. Oh, what a shame that you came here with someone. I think this might be a techno remix because it goes way too hard. So what happened to Kesha? She had some bangers. Sweet! Okay, everything is done, but the stupid rear trim, and I am not excited about it. I still don't know how we're going to do it. Katy Perry Fireworks is playing now. Holy shit, this slaps. There is several different ways that you can attach trim if your clips aren't working. This, unfortunately, is my second to the least favorite way, but I tried everything else and it was not working. My least favorite way is drilling a hole in the trim and then running a screw in it. I really didn't want to do that because this trim looks really good, but this is pretty hacky. I kind of hate this. I just have no other way. Other than, even if I made my own clips, I was thinking about making my own clips, tack welding them to the trim, and then maybe getting a bolt in there. It's not gonna work. We need all new studs basically for the original studs that were there, but this bad boy was just so rusty, it just ain't working. And I thought originally, because it was so rusty at the bottom, that was gonna be most of my trouble and I could figure something out with just the bottom piece. The tops weren't right. They were kind of bent and crooked, and I could only get about half the clips in that it needs. The sides I could get one in, and it's supposed to be, I think, 4. So just, the clips were never gonna work. So what I'm doing, I taped it off, and I am using windshield urethane and pushing it down in there. I don't care about how this looks because this is coming off, but I want the glue basically underneath the stainless, grabbing the glass. So that's why I'm like holding it and pushing it down in there. Trying to get it in there as far as I can. You can also, oh God, I should have wore gloves. This shit does not come off. You can also take the trim off, put the windshield urethane on the back and then stick it, but that's doesn't work as good. I got it exactly where it needed to be, and then taped it so it wouldn't go anywhere, and then I taped it off again so that my windshield urethane wouldn't get on my trim or on the paint or anything. Air compressor. Okay, sweet. I'm gonna clean this off real quick, and then we are done. All right, check it out. I don't know if I ever showed that. We'll get a better look at it tomorrow whenever the wheels are on. I got this all cleaned up. If I was smart, I would untape it right now. But it should be okay, I think, to untape it tomorrow. I really don't want to risk getting any windshield urethane on my white paint. So we're going to let that sit up overnight. I'm pretty sure that should be okay. But if it isn't, we might have to add some more like up underneath it, which is going to be a giant pain in the ass. But that should be all right. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Everything else is done. Super, super happy. She's looking so good. Tomorrow, we pick up the wheels. Clean it up. The poor thing is absolutely filthy. It doesn't even look white right now. It looks off-white because of how dirty everything is. That's what happens when you're working, baby. I mean, look at this shit. Ugh. All right, sweet. We'll be back tomorrow. Just gonna throw the wheels on, call it a video. God, I'm so excited to see how it looks with the wheels on. All right, be back
The next day.
Oh, great news. Got the tires. White wall's looking amazing. Everything's filthy. That's okay. The car's filthy. We're not going to do a full-blown detailed job on this baby, but I do want to get it cleaned up just to kind of see how she looks. Also, even better news, the windshield urethane trick worked perfect. This actually looks amazing. It's not going anywhere. I still need to touch it up. I got to clean up some of my edges with a razor blade. Also, we have to add a little bit more in the corners and I think in the center because I didn't go crazy with it. I wanted tape holding it in place while I did the first coat, basically, because I figured if I did it all and it slid anywhere, it would be there forever. So I made sure my tape was in all my corners to hold it. And that's awesome. I'll do a little bit more of the black urethane, and then I'll come in here with some white and just touch up these little edges that I don't love. But very, very happy about that. Wasn't sure that was going to work. All right, baby. Let's get these on and then probably try and clean it a little bit, but not too much. We still have so much stuff to do, but I would like to wash it to see how she looks all cleaned up. So, yeah. Oh, I can't wait to put my wheels on. And the hubcaps. All right, let's go. Oh, my God. It looks amazing, but we have to drop it on the ground to see how it truly looks. Let's do that. Look at that freaking car. Oh. Wow. I really loved this car when I got it. Really liked it. Now it's not the top. CRX is always at the top, but damn. Oh, man. This might be up higher than the Blazer. This might be number 2, number 3. Oh, my God, that looks so good. And we have everything for full interior. Oh, if we get heat and stuff working, this is the cruiser. Look at that friggin' thing. Oh, man. I didn't have enough time to give it a proper wash because it's going to get dirty again anyway. Also, I apparently don't have any towels here. I was using those little bitty microfiber towels I use for work towels. But she looks good, baby. I should move it forward so you can see all this better, but I'm lazy. I love the new emblems. Oh, man. One bad thing. Now that I'm looking at it, I don't know how bad it is, but rear hubcap with the bullet will not go on. Unfortunately, I don't even know if I can modify it enough to make it fit because it has to have essentially 0 stick out. So what I might need to do is maybe put the factory Cadillac centers in those hubcaps. It's just like a flat piece that has a Cadillac emblem on it. Might have to do that or buy, I think that's 3-inch, 3.5-inch bullet. See if they don't make like a 3.5-inch just chrome circle. Cadillac emblem would be kind of cool though, but it's not that big of a deal obviously when it's down, but when it's aired up, I don't like it that the hubcaps don't match, but that might just have to be something we do because I don't know. They make bullets in different, I guess you would say, height, how much it sticks out, but I mean, it would literally have to be a 1/2-inch bullet, which is essentially just a flat, like you couldn't tell. Oh man, I love skirts. Skirts look so good on some models. I hate them on other models, but look at that car. Oh. And I think I'll do it in the next video, but I need to do a proper budget breakdown. I think we're literally like $3-ish grand. I mean, it might be less. Tires and hubcaps were probably 800, 900 maybe. So that's a big chunk, but I think we were 2-ish before the hubcaps. We might actually be we might be like 27. Oh, I would buy every single one of these on the planet for $3 grand. But just because we got $3 grand in it don't mean it's worth $3 grand. But shit! Dude. Check that dude out. All right, I'm done. Have to get this video done. Oh, I can't tell you how much I love it. There's not much else to say. Look at that freaking thing. Oh, God. I think I'm going to stay on this until it's done. I might be able to knock out the rest of it in one video, if not 2 videos. This video is probably going to be an hour and 20 minutes long, or an hour and a half. But really, we just need wiring. We still have to finish up our carb plate. I need to go cut that out with my CNC laser and then get that welded, because this needs a custom carb base. 67 caddies were 1 year only. They have a special intake and a special carburetor base, which is really stupid, but oh, look at this thing. Damn, I love it. That's a good looking old girl right there. Still got a bunch of stuff to do. Obviously, all the wiring needs done. There's still some stuff on the outside. I want to finish up the back window. A couple things need to do. A ton of polishing still. Even as good as this looks, haven't polished the bumpers at all or the grill. Back bumper, nothing at all either back there, and there's a ton of chrome back there, and I still think we probably are going to end up painting the grill and then shining the front of it. Not sure. Let me know what you guys think. Should we just try and buff the living shit out of it, or should we paint it? We already have to paint the sides because there's a backing plate that's rusty and looks like shit, but yeah. And we have to do the bed liner in the trunk. So, million things we still need to do, but I absolutely love it. Check it out. Suburban giveaway. The list should be posted tonight. We're going to do the drawing Sunday at 7 p.m. Go check my Facebook. I will go live here on YouTube to do the drawing. Go check my Facebook for the list. Caseyscustoms on Facebook. The list should be posted probably by the time this goes up. So check all that out, and we will do that. I love it. If you got this far in the video and you are not subscribed, please hit that button now. Helps the channel a bunch. We're always trying to grow, get better cameras, better content, better everything, to be honest with you. Also, Caseyscustoms.com for the coolest merchandise on the planet. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, comment, all that good shit they do. The end videos, check out some more other videos. Peace, I love you. Look at that freaking car. Oh my God, I might be in love. Woohoo! Toothless Customs out.